What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well. As for myself, I'm doing good, just sitting back down at the desk to get another daily trade recap out of the way. I did not get yesterday's trade recap out of the way, so we will just look at those trades inside of TRADERVUE, look at them on the new interactive charts that TRADERVUE has. Kind of traded a little different yesterday. I took some, won't call them low float, always quick to say low float, but I'll say small cap trades. It's kind of getting away from the options yesterday, and I still took one. That one was with the intentions on holding it overnight and ended up getting out of it. Didn't really like how it was moving once I was in it. I didn't like the option action, so ended up getting out of that one. Today was totally different as well. Another one of those days I said I wasn't going to take any option trades. Came back and I took an option trade late in the afternoon. It was actually on an option that I had overnight held, got out of that position for a small loss, and ended up buying some contracts on it and made a couple of bucks back. Didn't make what I had lost off the original one. And then I traded some more small caps this morning, which were very interesting. And we'll talk about those once we go to review them. So let's go ahead and look at TRADERVUE real quick. We're just going to look at these trades from Wednesday, May 24th. Took 3 trades yesterday. Closed P&L 70.50. That was on 2 small caps, ENVB and EEIQ. And then Twilio. TWLO was the option play that I was in. But like I said, we'll take a quick peek at these just right here. I'm going to do that so that it doesn't mess up TRADERVUE. But this was the first one that we took. And this one right here was one that I truly let get away from me, y'all. Truly let it get away. We see that ENVB opened, had this little flag forming, higher lows with even highs. I got in as it was breaking this area right here, call it about 450. I was using just the first candle as my stop, so that was about a 20-cent stop. I grabbed 50 shares at 450. And this thing literally just went. And you notice I got out right here leaving a ton of money on the table because I had my target set right there and I couldn't get it out of the way. Look at these numbers right here. Max unrealized gains was 30.50. That's what I made. This trade never went against me. And I was risking 20 cents on this trade. The trade went 60 cents. I made 3R, but look at what was left on the table. I'm in at 450, 550, 650. This thing went $2 on a 20-cent risk. That is 10R. 10R that was left on, that could have been made on that trade. Let's go ahead and look at EEIQ, the other small cap that I took a trade on. This one was not as pretty. And looking at this chart, let's see, what time frame is this? This is the 1 minute. So let's go with a 5. 5 ain't showing much either. My entry should have been right here, 261. Playing it up to this first area of concern right here. only thing I could think of there is that I was chasing. That is the only thing that I could think of right there, is that I was chasing that. Let's see what a 2-minute might look like. Why don't they give a 2-minute? They got a 3-minute. It's odd. Yeah, 3 minutes not showing that neither. Again, entry was more so down here. Stop right there. First area of concern is going to be the top of the pivot, where I'm actually getting in at. Because now, guess what? If I get in here, I got to put my stop way down here. And that's what I did. And I took this ride, y'all. And then this came back up. And you notice this candle comes in, it just barely breaks. I should have been out on this candle coming back down. Took another ride. It comes back up, does the same thing. Wicks, comes back down, and I get out at this point. Because this is just ugly. And then you notice it was just ugly. Exactly how I thought it would have played out. I got lucky that it gave me one more pop, because this could have been nasty. This could have been ugly. So that was EEIQ. Let's take a look at Twilio. How did my numbers get so small with these bad eyes of mine? Twilio. Take a peek at Twilio. We're over here looking at Twilio. Again, this was one that I was more so looking at the bigger time frame on. So this chart's not really going to show much. But again, this is one of those ones when you're not breaking the highs from pivots over here. Notice this pivot right here. Notice how it broke it and it did not break, retest to go higher. It was choppy. It gave a couple of like little pops. We got this one. Now we're expecting this to break and it doesn't, and it doesn't. It just keeps retesting. So when this got over here and it came up, I took my stop to this pivot right here. Kind of was a little, could have used that pivot right there, wouldn't have stopped out, and it kind of went a little higher. But it wasn't good. And look at what Twilio has done today. Just ugly. So that was good. That was good that I got out of that, because that could have been ugly as well. But made 35 bucks on that trade. Let's come on back over. And how did we mess up? There we go. Let's blow that back up again. So now we're going to be reviewing trades for Thursday, May 25th. We took 6 trades today. Actually, it was 5 because I got out of that one right there. I guess I did make the little 5 up that I lost. But not really liking the way options are moving right now. And you'll notice that because we're going to do 2 things today. First, we're going to look at these trades. You notice they were all small caps. All small caps. No options other than this one. And you see I took that at 3:31 this afternoon. But all early trades. So 5 trades, closed P&L 63.88. Didn't use much capital today either, taking these trades, which was good. We can kind of run some numbers as we look at them. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring up TRADERVUE. And we will take a look. As you can see, we got the SPY pulled up right now. Let's see what the SPY did today. I didn't really look at any big caps this morning. I went straight to my pre-market gap list right here. I went straight to that this morning. But we see SPY does what it does, sells all the way off to previous high of day and just kind of bounces off of it. Could have got a good move about right there at 1030. Decent move. The way that I like to trade now with my moving averages, right there is a good trade. Back up to VWAP. Exactly what it did. You come back, you get that retest and nice move for about 30 minutes. And then it does what it does. Gives you this huge red candle and it's all the way back down. Previous high of day. Chops around. Got this line on the chart. So could have taken a trade off of previous high of day somewhere around here as it was dropping these wicks and putting the stop down there. That's a very tight stop too. 412.82 is previous high of day. You could have gave this a 30-cent stop. Put this down at 412.50. Give it 30 cents. And this thing actually goes up to 414.52. So almost $2 on a 30-cent stop. It's a nice play right there. Comes on up to the weekly up channel, the base of it, you see right here. So we're getting back in that and breaks it. At this point, I could have been out of that SPY call that you saw me down $5. I was up $30, but I had no clue that the SPY had did this. I sat back down around 230 as it was coming back down and just ended up getting out of it, making a little money. As this came back up over here, this is where you saw me getting in around 331. I think that contract said, yeah, 331. So I'm getting in back over here to play this back up. You notice we get a good move. I just didn't capitalize on it. I think I was up maybe a good $30 on that contract. Comes back down, retests, goes back up, comes down. Noticed, if you caught one of my videos earlier this week, green above this red, I can go long. And notice, look at where the stock is catching support. And that's the purpose, and that's the reason why I could take that trade that way. So when this comes down, it tests. That's a good entry right there. Only thing is, you got to know that that is resistance. Is this candle going to give me enough room to get at least 1 R between entry, stop. That's 1 R. And we see that it finally breaks it. So could have got easily 2 R out of this trade. Once it breaks it, same play. Now red is below, or green is below red. Now I can go short if it gives me the opportunity. Comes down, back up on a retest, can get in right there. But usually want to kind of get in off the second one. And now this is after hours anyway. But think about it, if you got in right there, you put your stop right there. This has given you 2 R. This is giving you 2 R. So this is how I kind of have been trading. Low, I keep saying low floats, small caps, which today were actually low floats, and futures. I traded futures this morning, y'all. So I'm gonna try to review these futures. I'll have to pull up TRADERVUE's information and then we can review them that way. But I'm gonna bring up what I use to actually day trade. I'm gonna bring up this layout and then we'll just I'll just click on those trades that we took, those stocks. So the first one was going to be CORR. This was a red trade. This was a red trade that I took. Let's see if we can decipher why I took this trade. And bear with me. I'm gonna click show trades on all of these charts. I think it's just on the 2-minute chart down here. Yep, there we go. So now we can see it on the 2-minute and on the 5-minute. So let's kind of look at it. Put an arrow on. So I got in this one at 128. You see I'm in 100 shares. Looking at the 2-minute chart. Basically playing this breakout right here. Basically playing the breakout. As you notice, green is above red, so I'm good as far as that goes. Good as far as that goes. Get a decent push right here. Decent push. I'm in at 128. This goes, if we call it 138, I'm up about $10. So up about 1R, I guess. You saw I lost 15, but should have just been risking 10 on 100 shares. Market opens and this thing just flubs. It just flubs. Breaks. Let's see where, yeah, because see, I should have been getting out right here. I should have been getting out. Look at that, man. That line right there is $1.18. That's 10 cents. I should be getting out right there. So I should have been out on this candle, losing the $10. I get stopped out on this candle at $1.13 down here. So $15, no harm, no foul. That's the beauty of trading with a stop in the system. Take that stop. Let's take a look at BMR. This was another one that I was up on. I was up on a few of these this morning. Just kind of flubbing. First trade, I'm in 20 shares. Oh, wow. That's a chase or a bad fill. Let's put that arrow closer to the candle. Getting in right there. 686. If you look, these charts are awfully familiar. Another like open, I guess they call it open range breakout maybe. So 627 should have been the entry. I'm about 40 cents late on this thing. 20 shares, so sized in appropriately. This thing makes this little pop. Comes back down and I get out of 20 shares, $7. Get out as it's coming back down. And then I jump right back in 20 shares again. In at 724. This thing goes 804. So what's that? 80 cents. Makes an 80-cent move. So almost up $1 a share. Almost up $20. Probably was 2R at $20. And then ride this thing all the way back down. This one here, lost $10 on. Lost $10 when this came back down. Stopped out at 677. So stopping out right here as it's coming back down to the 9 moving average. And that's what this green line is. It's a 9 EMA. The red is a 20 EMA. Broken gold is VWAP. And these are the pairs that I trade on this one here. Let's see what the 5-minute is. 5-minute is the same. The 5 is a 9 and a 20 with the 50 and the VWAP. And then the 30-minute is going to be a totally different one. 30-minute is a 15 and a 30 moving average. And I made these moving averages just based on how they act as support and resistance. Just based on how they act as support and resistance. But this trade wasn't happy with. I chased it. Again, had I got in right here with a stop right there, that's getting in at 595, 560. That's a 35-cent stop. Or call it $6. Getting in at $6 with a 30-cent stop. I only need this to go to 660. I'm well up here I'm getting profit early. So this was just a bad chase trade. This was a very bad chase trade. Now let's look at the chart of the day. WLDS. WLDS. Took quite a few stabs at this one. Or did we? No, we didn't. We took one stab at it, y'all. 200 shares. So, I don't like that, but let me just mark where I got in at, and then I'll get up out of that so I can keep the chart kind of blew up. There we go. So WLDS comes down and it curls. And if you notice, I am in a little early, but I was watching this on the 1 minute chart. Let's take a peek at the 1 minute chart real quick and see. Let's load study. Where's 1 minute? So on the 1 minute, I use a 12 and a 24 moving average. Still, it's kind of cross. You see it's crossing right here, somewhat crossing right there. But trade breaks VWAP. I get in 200 shares. So I got like a 5-cent stop on this thing. And it just never looks back. Never looks back. And I do my best to scale my way out. Mind you, these candles, they don't look like much, right? That candle halted going up. That candle there halted going up. These little tiny candles were halting as they were going up. And I'm like, uh-oh. So it comes out of a halt, kind of spurts up. I get out of 50 shares. Let me go ahead and lock in some of this money. Keeps chopping around. I get out of another 50 shares. I make like a penny more. Comes up a little bit more. Now, mind you, what's the high at? That candle is $1.34. I got out at $1.17. That candle there is $1.25. I got out at $1.16. This candle here, $1.30. I got out at $1.26. That's a little better. So you see how much I was kind of leaving on the table as this thing was kind of chopping around. This one here, I get out at $1.30. And then the last 25 shares, I get out at the most $1.48. So good solid trade right there. This thing hit a high of $1.91. $1.91 right there. I got what I wanted out of this trade. Again, I'm only risking 5 cents. And this thing goes, call it on the first 50 that I got out of, it's already went 80 cents. Is that 80? Nah, it went about 30 cents. I'm multiplying. Yeah, went about 30 cents. So it's already then went like 6R. And I'm just managing that bad boy out. So basically made like 8R on this trade. Again, I said that these trades were low cost. I paid 82 cents a share. I bought 200 shares. This trade cost me $160. This trade cost me $160 and I made $83 and actually left money on the table. BMR, that one I grabbed 20 shares and those were, the 20 shares were $7 a share. So that trade cost me $140. So I didn't use much buying power on these trades. So that is what we did today in the Thinkorswim account. We're at 25 minutes, so guess what? I'm gonna go ahead, hit that button right there. We are gonna wrap this one up. Thanks for checking me out as always. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. I'm gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna probably hit the process button so it can start going over to YouTube. And while that's going on, I'm gonna just do futures recap all by itself. So be on the lookout for that one shortly. Peace.